Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet, Cars, DIY, and Adventures. You have probably seen my videos on this 2007 L322, and you probably know I absolutely love the L322. This is the 07, the 09, which I think is the sweet spot for the L22. It has the Jag V8, and it's a pretty darn strong vehicle. However, I have another one. This is the project one that I've alluded to. This is a 2007 as well, identical to this. That is Stowaway Gray. This is the brilliant Buckingham Blue. It almost looks black unless the sun's hitting it. And I have the same issue on this one. So right now, it is running and everything's functioning. I can start it effectively as much as I want. However, as soon as I pull that key out, you don't hear a click. And when I put the key back in, I cannot start it again. The steering wheel is not locked. I need to do some work on this. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it very quickly and very cheaply. Now, when this happens, there's two things you can do. You can disconnect the negative terminal on the battery. That's going to allow you to continue to use the key until you pull the key one other time, or you can pull fuse 18. Now, pulling fuse 18, I'm going to show you how I'm going to rig up a little bypass. So I'll have a button in here. I used to make these, but you can buy them on Amazon cheaper, so I'm going to give you a link to where to buy it. But you're going to want to go in your glove box and you can push the side in here. That will lower the glove box more. Just push that little plastic in. And then you can remove this panel back here. I'm not sure why this plastic's or tape or something's on here. Kind of weird. I can't imagine the fuses have never been accessed. And then if you look here, you can see the fuse 18 is the fuse that is basically controlling that. So you can use this little chart and you can pull fuse 18 and then put it back in. Now on this, fuse 18 is a 10 amp fuse and it's an empty one next to it. And then the one that's next to that is a 30 amp fuse. It looks like for all of the seats and navigation and all the stuff. So this is the fuse I want to pull. This one right here, you can just count from the left 18 over and find fuse 18. Now it can be pretty tight in there. You can get this little plastic fuse puller and it just hooks on and lets you pull it out. But I now have 18 out. I'm going to let it sit for a second. Then I'm going to plug it back in. And presumably, when I do that with this, it should allow me to turn that key again. So now I'm going to put fuse 18 back in. And you just slide it in. I'm going to need two hands to do it. Now I find when I put it back in, it's easier with needle nose pliers because I can get my hand in there better. So personal preference. If you do drop it, it just goes down in the lip down here and you can pull it out. But I just use my pliers to pop it in. Okay, so I have the fuse back in and you can see the key turns perfectly. And it will continue to do that, generally speaking, until you pull it out, put it in. Not going to do it again. If I go over there and pull fuse 18, it will work. Now, I used to sell these on my website. A neighbor of mine would make them. And then I stopped selling them, and a subscriber on the channel said, hey, you know what? Amazon has something that will work pretty good too. And it was frankly cheaper for people. So you can buy this little gizmo on Amazon for, I think it's like $17. And what's going to happen is this is going to go into fuse 18 and I'm going to run this through my glove box and then I'm going to plug my fuse into here. It already has a 10 amp fuse in it actually. But I'm going to plug the fuse that I take out into here, and then what that means is I can reset by hitting this button, the fuse, as if I was pulling it. So even though I'm planning to fix the steering column issue, this gives me the ability to have a backup. So if that acts up again, I don't have to pull the negative terminal on the battery, and I don't have to fidget in here with the fuses. I'll just be able to open up the glove box, and that's going to be sitting like that to reset. Super handy, because you know when it's going to act up, you're going to be at a parking garage, you're going to be valeting it, you're going to be picking up your kids from school or something like that. Open the glove box, hit the button. It gives you a restart till the key is pulled. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Again, pull fuse 18, plug that in where 18 goes. This is showing a 10 amp fuse already, so I can probably keep what's in here. And then it's basically just extending on and off, on and off. So I can say, hey, kill that fuse, keep it on, keep it off, so on and so forth. Okay, I have the fuse reset plugged in. The first time I did, I didn't have it plugged all the way in. So you can see back here, it's plugged in, it feeds out, and the dash is the on position, okay? The circle is the off. So what you can see right now, the key will not turn, won't turn. So I'm gonna go down here, I'm gonna go to off. I would let it set a few seconds, say 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds, max. And when you go to press it back on, you're gonna hear a little tiny click. You probably won't hear it on this video, but just an ever so slightly click of it turning back on. Click, it just did it. Wait a second. And then you're going to be able to turn the key. I'm getting impatient here, but there you go. Yeah. So now I can turn the key. And that's how that bypass is going to work. Pull the key out. I lock the car. I come back to the car. Key's not turning. Go in here. Off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, on. And when I press it, you're going to hear a little click, click. Maybe wait another 10 seconds. Now you're going to be able to turn the key. You're going to be able to keep doing that until you pull that key back out. So there you have it. That is the backup solution. I'm gonna button this back up and show you what it looks like. I was actually able to shut this thing on it. So you can, in fact, put that little plastic back. And then make sure your fuse here is covered. It's popped on here. And then you're gonna be able to put the glove box back up and put all of your stuff back in. So keep it on the on position for now. That is the process that you absolutely want to try, and follow the link in the description to spend 18 bucks to get that bypass. And I have a lot of work that I need to do on this Land Rover. So some of it I'm going to do, some of it I'm not going to do myself. So I might have a buddy of mine that has a shop up in Pennsylvania take a little peek, because you can see there's all kinds of miscellaneous stuff we have to do in here, like fixing this. It's jammed. Going this 07, I actually replaced the whole column on this bad boy probably 8 years ago. And then it started happening on that column, and I did this fix and it worked. And I believe this is typically the result of that Land Rover sitting for like 5 months. Hot and humid, things get a little grimy in there and sticky, and then it just goes downhill. So if you do get it fixed, right, don't let these L322 sit too long, because it could come back. If you can't get it fixed, hook the bypass up like I showed, And I'm going to keep you posted on this Land Rover with a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing to it. So again, this is Jason with jamzDOTnet, Cars, DIY, and Adventures. I have a lot of Land Rovers, anywhere from a 91 Classic to a 93 200 TDI, a bunch of L322s. I love the D1, 3 D1s. I'm always tinkering with them. So feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It means a lot to me. And you're going to see this thing come back alive and have plates on it and be something I drive this winter, which is only in a couple months at this point. Thanks for watching. Let me know if it works for you.